What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm your host, White Boy Rick, and in today's video, we're going to be speaking about a mother who was stabbed to death in her own home by her brother-in-law in front of her children. Now let's jump into it. Visalia, California. Mandy Basra was stabbed to death inside a Visalia home more than a week ago. Her brother-in-law, 22-year-old Swarndeep Basra, was arrested and charged with her murder. Court documents are now revealing that Mandy's children witnessed the horrifying crime. Visalia police say that after hearing an argument, the two boys went downstairs to see their uncle kick their mother and then stab her multiple times with knives. According to the document, first responders found Mandy with a knife still in her chest. She was rushed to the hospital but died less than an hour later. Police say her brother-in-law confessed to killing her. A caring mother, caring wife, and a good friend, Jody Carr, Mandy's friend, said, "Very giving back to the community, always smiling." Carr was Mandy's friend of 7 years. They both worked in the financial industry and were involved in the Tulare Kings Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Their families were also close. Mandy would dote on Carr's daughter. She loved her dearly because she said she always wanted a daughter, Carr said. Carr knew Mandy needed to be honored and remembered in a public setting because of her many contributions to the Visalia community. So she planned a candlelight vigil at the Sikh temple, which will include speeches and books to sign. Carr hopes Mandy will be watching as she reflects fondly on a friend that she had lost. She's been thinking about a message she received from Mandy about a month ago. She said, "Let's have lunch." And Carr said, "I was out of town." I'm like, "Mandy, I'm out of town." Mandy said, "Oh, no worries, next time." But Carr knew that next time is never going to come. Swarndeep Basra is expected to be back in court in July. He's being held in the Tulare County Jail. Alright, y'all, so let's jump into it. Man, this story, this is another very heart-wrenching and heartbreaking story. It just blows my mind, and what really blows my mind about this story and a lot of stories I bring y'all way is the fact that it seems like nobody gives a fuck about these children. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these stories I cover, which of course there's plenty of good stories out there, you know what I mean? And there's plenty of examples of people who do care about children, but a lot of these stories, it honestly seems like nobody gives a fuck about the child or how any decision will affect the child. And that's one of my main concerns, you know what I mean? So for this guy not only to kill his sister-in-law, by default that means that's his brother's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you live with yourself for killing your brother's wife? I mean, that blows my mind. I may not always like everyone's significant others, or maybe in my family there's been past, exes who I absolutely didn't like or despised of, and never once did it click in my head like, oh, maybe I should just kill them. Regardless of what they've done, that to me sounds insane. And think about how his brother feels now. Like, his brother lost a wife, first of all, the mother of the children, but not only that, you find out your own family killed her. Like, that's heartbreaking. Imagine how the husband feels. That's so heartbreaking to think about. He's got to go through life raising these kids without a wife. The kids don't have a mother, all because of his own family who took her life. And that to me is just, it's horrible, and it goes back to what I always say about thinking about your decisions and choosing your decisions wisely. And obviously the wise decision would be to not kill her. But I mean, how do you kill her with the children upstairs? When they come downstairs, you're killing her in front of these children. Just imagine what these kids are gonna have to go through the rest of their life. Growing up without a mother, and I think we all know there's nothing like a mother's love. It's very important to have both parents, you know, a father figure, a mother figure. It's very, very important to have a strong family and a strong household. But growing up without a mother is probably one of the worst things you could ever go through in life. And I'm only assuming because I was lucky enough to grow up with my mother, but I can't imagine life without her. I would be a whole different person, especially if I was young when I had lost her, especially if I saw that person murder her. So it just really bothers me that nobody seems to care about the children they're around, and nobody cares about their decisions affecting the children. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna make decisions and you want to live a carefree life where you don't care, you're not a role model, you're not a parent, you shouldn't have to live by those standards of being the best role model, all fine and dandy. But don't be around the children. If you can't be somewhat of a role model, if you're not concerned about what the children are learning from you or seeing you do, because children are shaped by everything around them. So if you're near children doing bad, it might indirectly affect them because they see it, they think you're cool, and now they want to do it. So by you making a decision to kill their mother, first of all, there's no way it wouldn't affect them. But second of all, they're scarred for life. They saw that. They saw their mother stabbed to death, being kicked, knife sticking out of her body. Those children will be forever affected. And now what they also didn't think about is, what if when these kids grow up, that's the cycle they continue because of what they saw and how it affected them? So if these kids grow up, and heaven forbid, these kids grow up and end up doing the same thing that he did and murdering someone, they might not find the connection of how wrong that truly is because they witnessed it firsthand as children. And that's my big concern is, so many people are near children and don't even think about them, don't notice them, don't care what they're teaching them or what they're influencing them to do, or, you know, how you talk, how you act, everything you do near children, one child, it doesn't matter, they soak that up. So that's really my main point for making this. Is it's just a heartbreaking story. My heart goes out to that family and those kids. Screw the bastard who killed her. You know, he deserves the worst the book has to throw at him. But besides that, just, you know, it may be repetitive, but if you guys are near children at any point, whether it's here or there, you have your own children, or you got nieces and nephews, or your best friend has kids, anything like that, just always be conscious of when they're around and how, regardless of how small or big the decision or the actions you do or the words you say will affect them, it will indeed affect them. So just always keep that in mind when you're near children, and always try to have their best interest at heart. Even if they're not your kids, they're our future. So you should always have their best interest at heart. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna wrap this one on up. Leave in the comment section. You know, the comment section's always open for discussion. I love interacting with y'all. So let me know in the comment section if you agree with how I feel, you disagree. You know, if you think that the kids may or may not be as affected as I believe they will be, you know, the comment section's always open. I love talking to y'all. So make sure y'all let me know what you think about the whole situation. But hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell on so you can see it first. If you want to support the channel, make sure you click the links in the description below. Also, make sure you share the videos to everybody you know. But as always, it's White Boy Rick. Till next time.